We now return to Let's Play SimCity 2000. Alright, well, I'm in a parallel universe right now because the game crashed on me. So let's see if things still happen. Yep, sounds like it. Sounds like they just happened. We got a plane crash, and it's pretty bad. It's going to be real bad. In fact, I am going to preemptively destroy what infrastructure I can save, and we now have to send our firefighters to hopefully put out the blaze. Although, well, let's see what happens here. See, this wasn't actually such a bad thing. Okay, and then this plane is about to crash too, because now there's no runway for it to come back to. Crash Cook's Llama. A domestic jet containing a foreign biochemist, a woolly llama, and 182 lanterns crashed into Greenback's bank, crashing all the patrons inside. Adam Davis, the store's owner, was frightened at the loss. I've spent my whole life building this empire. Why me? Why not Andrew? All 176 passengers aboard were killed and a woolly llama is missing. The thirsty mammal is probably suffering from nasty rashes and desires treatment right away. The mayor urges all New City denizens to begin proceedings for the passage of this bill before anything else. Mustafa Cousteau was so impressed he decided to name his peewit after one of the gamblers who was present. I'm not sure how we got a bank inside of the airport, but, well, here we are. And I honestly think we're about to have another tragedy here because this is about to come crashing down here. So maybe... Alright, so I actually used this tragedy to go forward just a little bit, and I'm actually going to preemptively decide to destroy some things now. So originally, it wiped out the entirety of the airport, and so I used that as an opportunity to expand. I hate using opportunity along with a tragedy that happens, but here we are. Way to add some airport here. Oops. There, how's that? Okay, so let's add the power lines back in, and hopefully that will reconnect here shortly. Alright, so what I was planning to do, let's actually see here, let's turn this to turtle and see if it hopefully, I don't know, I think we're about to see another crash. So I should have let that go. I should have let it go. Dispatch firefighters here. Okay, how about here? If we can prevent everything from burning down. Put it out, please. Oh boy. Strangely, my approval rating keeps going up every time something crashes here. Alright. Now, hopefully this will rebuild. It'll probably end up moving a bunch of these buildings here. I think we can clear some of that up. Okay, well, now that the tragedy is done... Criminy. I want to expand some of our infrastructure here even further. So, I forget what I was even talking about before, but I've been doing a little research, and by research I mean I am actually trying to hunt down some of the old strategy books for SimCity 2000. Interesting how many there actually were, and the types of books. Like there's one that talks about SimCity and city planning, and it's like actually a study in real-world city planning themes and everything to do with the simulation, specifically for the first SimCity, but they also made an edition for SimCity 2000, so really cool how absolutely influential this game really was, and SimCity in general, I suppose. Well, hopefully when that connects, it'll water everything up here. I don't know that water is necessary, but we will see. Anyway, amongst the things that I had researched was that, let's get some speed going here, was that there is no functional difference, at least as far as I can tell, capacity-wise, between rail and subway, other than just rail takes real estate above ground, and so really rail is just sort of a temporary solution between the invention of the subway. Good, we're seeing some reconstruction of the airport. We do have a runway there, that's good. Got a second runway now, okay. It's expanded to be large enough. So apparently the ports don't need... Oh, and it broke my... Decided to break my electricity. Thank you for that. Let's clean up some of this crap. Oh, okay, well I didn't mean to do that. A little bit finicky there. Apparently there's no limitation to how large these ports can be. They will just sort of develop into the available space. But why I was doing a batch of this now is because what I want to do is get the City Hall in place. I'm going to put the City Hall here. And so, even though the rail is not actually functionally better at this point, I'm going to put it in anyway, just to have some metro rail. And speaking of rail, what was I doing before the crash? I was over here because I was going to fix this traffic situation over here with some rail and subway. Now, apparently, you know, industry loves rail. Okay, good. That almost sounded like a crash there. Industry loves rail, and so I think I will put some down here. But what I'm gonna do first. You know what? Let's just have it going here. Hostilities flaring in Jamaica. Pollution still a deal here. Dullsville protests. Let's put a pause down. Okay, I'm gonna do some of this here. So what I'd like to do, and actually also, I've noticed that from time to time we see some traffic over here. So now people are going from here to the jobs out here. So I want to put a subway. Put a subway. Can we do a subway under the mountain? I suppose we can. I don't fathom why we couldn't. So let's put one there. Above ground. Actually, I wanted to put a station, not the actual rail. So I could put a subway here. What I really want to do, and I think I'll just do this instead, I'm going to put a train station, rail depot, there we go. Like right here. Let's spin this around a little bit. That's the wrong direction. Let's put it right here. Let's put it here, because then that can develop into a 3x3. We'll put it right here. And I'm going to run rail to a rail sub-divide right here. Okay, I need to have it first. Well, in that case, let's do rail to here. And then can I put it at the end here? Yeah, I can, okay. And now we can just run subway to, say, here and have it hook up. I imagine this is going to be extremely expensive. At 100 a pop? we may have to do this in pieces. Like $1,000 right there. How much would it actually... Is it stopped? Can it not go through mountain? Okay. Well, let's bring the rail here for now. That could be... It looks like it actually... Yeah, we're getting stuck there. So I might have to actually, instead, pop it out of the ground to make a tunnel, a rail tunnel, and then pop it back in to make subway. God, that's cumbersome, isn't it? Yeah, that's really disappointing. Okay, well, let's look. Rail. It's gonna have to pop out here. No, second one. Here. You can't make a rail tunnel. God. Okay. Let's hold off on that for a minute here. And instead, I'm going to have to do a little bit of leveling. Let's do a level there so we can at least get some flat terrain. Okay. And then this is going to require... Can I just D-zone these and then they'll disappear? Maybe. It doesn't actually... I think I have to destroy it first and then I can just demolish it. Oh, wasting so much money. Alright. Well, we'll get this, but not right now, apparently. We need llama speed, please. I don't need you, I need you. And we are out of electricity. Reconnect that. Okay. Connect the rail line there. Now I realize that's not very much. And another thing I wanted to do as well, may as well do it while I'm thinking about it, is come in here and we need to actually pause again. I built in a place where I had actually wanted to not have anything, because this was going to be one of my road connections. So, in fact, I'm going to use something here, the sign mechanic. Let's go neighbor. That'll just remind me. You can put signs down to label places. And, in fact, I'd also intended to do that here. I'm going to put down another one here. We're going to say neighbor. And this will just remind me not to put anything there. Okay, and then if we don't like that, if we don't like how that looks, we can just turn those signs off temporarily, and hopefully come back. Of course, without those reminders there, we're very likely to forget that they exist and make mistakes. So who knows? Who knows? Okay, let's get back to here. We see residential demand not as good as it could be. So they also wanted a zoo. A zoo's going to cost me 3,000 simoleons. I can't put that down right now. So what can I do about this? We see that they're not really developing. This is staying pretty strong. No. Once again. Another safe landing. So how is this bus system doing? Almost 1,000 people. Very good, very good. Okay, well, we need a little bit more money. So let's grab Let's see, where is, let's turn this down to turtle. Where is subway? So right about here, so actually, if we're making money, let's now do a sub-rail connection right here. Grab the rail. No connection, please. No connection, please. Oh shit, what is going on here? No. What is doing? What is it doing? Okay, I need to look at rail. No. No. I think there's a grading situation going on here is what's wrong. Because that definitely is not connected. Well, here we go again. Let's turn this off because we're about to kill power. No. In the hell? Thought I got rid of you. Oh my god, this is just a disaster now. The newspapers are going to be very upset with me. Alright, that'll have to do. It is awful. But it's now hopefully functional. Okay, that's a mess. Okay, and now let's do a sub-rail here. It's not going to let me until I have rail connecting it. Sub-rail here, and then we go subway here, and then this station is going to have to be connected to other stations. I would kind of like it to go here, seeing as how it's going directly to an industrial area. This is going to cost me way too much, so we're going to have to wait on this for a bit. But at least we'll be going from here to here, so let's set this to llama and see how this works out. See if we start getting some people moving. I can't imagine they will, just because it's not going zone to zone. Like this one here, I don't think it says because it's a full. Yeah, I don't think this is going to do what I want it to do, to be honest with you. Although, this kind of looks like we're settling down a little bit. Nobody's riding the rails these days. Let's put in another bus over here. I know I saved all this room over here, specifically so that I could have 3x3s. But now I'm kind of having regrets about all this. Yeah, alright. Now we're getting a train going. Now we're getting a train going. It's... There it is. Okay. So now I wonder if it's even necessary that I have this bus depot here. Citywide doesn't really help, does it? Let's look at this. And transport? That's just roads. That's not helpful at all. Yeah, really, your only good bet is to look at this. I feel like this is unnecessary. It will be more necessary as I develop out here. But that's not really... Well, I don't know. Okay, we've futzed around with that for a bit. How's this doing? Awful. We are out of electricity. So let's pause. And my little hydro dam here is not enough. We need to hook up to the... You are loud. We need to hook up to the main power grid here. So let's see if I can't find a way. We probably want to do like the shortest route here, but I don't think I'm going to get that very easily. Yeah. I mean, the shortest route would actually... well, what do I hear? Could make something happen here. Or I could just do a straight across. Alright, let's see what that looks like. But first, we're going to have to probably level some terrain here. So if I want to come right off of that, we're looking... flattening that. Let's see how pricey this is going to end up being. I don't even know if you can make high-tension wires across like this. You can. 80 bucks. Pretty acceptably cheap. And it automatically puts its own thing out there, so that's fun. Not intended. But I guess we'll deal with it. Kind of. If I'd known they were going to do that, I would have left that there, and then we could have made our own connection. So now I'm going to have to make the land look not so terrible. Oh, fuck. What the... Okay. We're learning. We're learning. We're learning that it's not going to make that look nice now. Now I've just got floating wires here. Whatever. Are we getting electricity? That's the big thing. Are we getting electricity out here? And it looks like we finally are. It's coming back in. That has dipped precipitously. So now let's go ahead and start looking at this area out here. So if I want that road, I think that's going to come right here. So let's go ahead and make a separate little thing like that. And now what are we looking at here? Well, if I did like a, what, a 100? That would allow me to do a 9x9. Do we need to do... Yeah, we should probably do 9x9s. Yeah, alright. In fact, this would even line up here if I want to do future. This will work. This will actually work. Let's grab some power. Let's just run it right across. We will have to hook this up to actually powered acres. At the very least, with all the futzing around, I'm still at the getting to... Okay, good. I'm still getting the same amount of money. Should we start with light industry? Should I just go for it completely? Start light industry. And it's going to have to hook up to the pipage. So we'll get that going. On the national... municipal, I guess. I don't know, I almost feel like if I did these things as high density, it would actually work better. And we're seeing a little bit of corner traffic here. So we might need to start thinking about some transport. Now, another thing that I have discovered in researching this is that apparently Sims will only go to a mass transit hub 3 squares away, 3 acres away. That's your distance there. And so you basically need a lot of them to be highly effective, which is interesting to me. Let's see here, what's our traffic like? Traffic is still very, very low. So water percentage must be availability then, because we're seeing a pretty big dip in that stuff. Unemployment is staying pretty consistent, as is crime. We haven't had, I guess I haven't been looking. Crime's at an all-time low. I think we could probably lower this, and then we need more firemen, so we'll raise it back up there. And we can probably look at that. School is now a B+. Let's do a little bit more funding. Probably need a lot more. I probably need a whole nother school altogether. What's our hospital at? B+. Probably could use its own funding as well. Alright, so attempting to get people to move out here, I'm going to start putting some industry down. I can't remember if I mentioned it this episode or if I mentioned it in the Crash episode, but my goal here is to try and start limiting some of this, because this is not actually doing very well for land value. So I would like to push the commercial into those zones here, and then get the rest kind of as a industrial, and then hopefully move residential over here to this side of the city. Which, what's going on here? Basically, we need to raise land value. There's no crime, and pollution is low. Traffic is really only centered here, in between the commercial district and the residential district. So, raise land value? Okay, now we've got some money, let's put down that zoo everybody wanted. And, you know, I don't know that zoo would be good for just a plain residential area, but eventually this is going to be high density. We need education. People don't like taxes so much. Okay, can you get out of here? We'll put that zoo down, though. What are we looking at here? Llamas and alpacas and other dromedaries. I'm sure that is some metric of how well we're doing at some point, but won't worry about it too much right now. And I think I'd like to eventually develop houses up here in some way. So I think the elevation doesn't matter so much. I mean, we'll have to test this, but I think they'll still develop as long as they're within 3 blocks or 3 acres. Each of these little squares is an acre, apparently. As long as they're within distance of a road, they should function. Should being the operative word there. So I definitely think I need to start considering putting in some kind of mass transit around here, because it's not really working. So I guess I could actually still incorporate this as rail. I could put a rail line there. Alternatively, just put a bus depot here. Or subway. Yeah, this is definitely getting to be high traffic area here. So I think we need to at least consider buses. We'll run a bus depot from here? How about we run it from there? I kind of want to put it there, but how about we put it over here instead? Although, nah. What about there? It really needs to be here. And the thing is, I was hoping to save all these big areas in the middle for the bus depots. Let's actually see if this even works. I'll put that there. I'll put, well, we need to put some electricity in. I actually don't know if that's going to work. And it's really not actually ideal either, putting that there, because now I have killed myself if I want to put rail come riding through here. Which I kind of do. But this is a... Okay, you know what? Let's do leveling of some terrain here. I don't know what this is going to look like. Nothing, apparently. Okay, that's a lot. A lot more than I actually wanted to do. So let me pull this out. There we go. Nope. I'm wasting some. There we go. There we go. Now we'll take the bus depot. Put it right there where everybody's using it. Get rid of this one. Let this become something. Very loud song, please? No. Are we out of electricity again? Apparently, yes. Apparently we are just... Power plant is needed. Alright, time to pause. So now we have to consider, do I keep experimenting with more and more and more of the hydropower, or is it time to actually put something else down? It is the year 2007. I've been missing out on a lot. Solar power, 50 megawatts. I mean, you can see how that's not very cost effective, right? Like, for 3 hydroelectric dams, it's cheaper and makes use of hillside, whereas this just kind of is there. But it's environmentally friendly. Alternatively, I can pump down a bunch of wind power. Wind power is cheap, and I kind of wanted to do that. Let's do that. Let's see how far this gets me. It's probably not going to get me very far at all. Where are we? Over here, yeah. So I kind of wanted to fill in some of this stuff with wind, seeing as how there's nothing else to put here. So let's consider wind power. And why not? Okay. So what have we put in there? 7? Okay. That's not a lot. It's going to take so much wind power to make this work. I don't think this is going to be very cost effective. Oh, what the hell? We're really going to need a plant. I'm really hoping to get something else, though, like microwaves and fusion, I think is where we're at. Also, we need to consider that there is, eventually going to be a situation where those plants will die. So we need to think about that. I kind of would like to... Can we get rid of these? I mean... Maybe then actual buildings will develop here. Let's just let this run for just a bit. Water shortage as well. So we're going to have to put down all my pumping plans. That's where all the money's going to go. Where exactly are we having that crisis? All the way out here, yeah. Alright, well, maybe the solar plant will actually go up here instead, although this is valuable land. So not a great idea. And we gotta stop this. We gotta stop this. Like, everywhere over here is dying, and this is not working out. So, I don't know. I guess I could put a plant right there. But, yeah, this is not working out. And we still just have massive amounts of industrial demand that are not working out. We're not getting any rail passengers whatsoever. I wonder if that, because it's connected to the subway, I wonder if that is considering them to be subway passengers and not rail passengers. Or alternatively, maybe just no one's using this. I don't know. I think I completely overbuilt here. I could have just done this with subways and or bus stations. Like putting a subway right here next to the bus station and then using the bus to disperse. I just wanted to put down rail. And apparently it's not as effective as I was hoping it was going to be, so I don't think we'll be using it in the future. I really don't. It just became a very expensive project that, yeah, didn't work out. Okay, well, anyway, I'm going to end this one here. We will figure out what to do next time, I guess.